Hello, everybody. I'm Kanard Lewis, and this right here is the 11th episode for season 11 of TKW videos. And I'm coming to you here today talking about a vital topic, about being parents of our generation. That's something vital to even think about, because many of us, we just love to think about ourselves. A lot of us just love to be, me. I'm gonna think about me. I'm gonna worry about me. I'm gonna succeed off the expense of others. I'm gonna make sure that I get mine and not forget about everybody else, right? But that mentality has caused people to lack the resources. That mentality has caused people to lack the support, to lack the confidence, because people forget that when you don't think about your brother, when you don't think about your sister, then you're not thinking about anybody important. Because if it's just about you, if you're just becoming a doctor to get paid, if you're just becoming a lawyer to get paid, if you're thinking about your career just to get a paycheck, then my friend, you're not doing your duty. Your career, your aspirations have to be used, have to be coinciding with the way that the world is working, the way that the world is growing. What happened to my brother's keeper, my sister's keeper? We just are competing against each other, trying to make it to the top. But instead, we should be working together. There's literally segregation within the segregation when all these marginalized groups have been intersected. Race and gender, race and class, gender and class. We're fighting each other, thinking who's better, who's not, who has the privilege, who doesn't. When in return, just as much as we are disprivileged, we are privileged as well. And we don't like that. We don't like to think about that. We don't like to realize that. Because I as a minority man, I got privileges. Again, I'm a man, cis privileged. But then again, I'm disprivileged because again, I'm a minority. I live in a single parent home. I didn't have my father to teach me the ropes. I didn't have my father to teach me how to be a man. And that becomes hard. Because every day you want to learn how to be a man. Every day you want to be treated like a man. And when you're struggling to be strong and to be firm with your emotions and to lock them up, you can't do that. You can't, because that's not you. You can't because it doesn't feel right. You can't because your mom told you it's okay to cry. My mom told me that it's okay to feel. But see, that's the relationship there that people lack. People don't have parents. People don't have role models. People don't have somebody to look out after them. And that's why it's your responsibility. That if we think about ourselves, then we forget about that little boy who's trying to be a man. We forget about that little girl who can't do math right. We forget about the little children that are making dumb decisions because they don't have the right support system. And you are the ones that can do it. We are the ones. But no, we don't want to do that. We just love to think about ourselves. It's me, it's them. But it's a family. You don't need to be blood to be a parent. That's what people think. That just because you are blood does not mean that your bond is any stronger. It's about being present. That's what being a parent is. Guiding somebody, being there for them, looking out for them. And that's what people forget about. That we just want to throw people to the side. What about us though, right? We were thrown to the side, so why don't we just do the same? But that mentality will continue to start a cycle that will end the generation that we're trying to build. And we expect us to grow, and we expect us to become something great, then we have to invest the time. But just like in this country, people don't want to invest in education. People don't want to invest in the resources. People don't want to invest in this so-called thing as my brother's keeper again, my sister's keeper, as being a role model, as unity. We don't want to plant the seeds to increase the need for unity. Because we're telling ourselves that there's no point. I didn't have my actual father to do what I need to do. My mom was there. She was present. She understood that I could be a man no matter what. That she put male role models into my life. That I understood that I just couldn't allow myself to allow other people to go through life being alone. I know what that's like. To be bullied for 10 years and not have help. To have a father, to not have a father for all his life. To be marginalized in the classroom, to be marginalized in the streets, it's not right. But see, there's stuff that's going on in the media. You know, there's stereotypes that are being perpetrated by the media. And people don't look at that. There's nobody teaching these kids. There's nobody teaching them the skills that they need to do in order to get out of the hood, to make it to college, to do something better with their lives. Because people are throwing them to the side. Because the media is telling you that 10-year-old black boy is a criminal. And the media is sexualizing that 13-year-old black girl, right? But nah, they're not objects. They're not tools. They're people. We're all humans. We need to work together. We need to think about the next person, because if we constantly fight and we compete, then we won't make it anywhere. We cannot succeed at the expense of others. We cannot think about our freedoms when people are so shackled by the system. We cannot do that, because that's going to be a problem for the future. If nobody's surviving, if nobody's growing, then what about that income gap? What about that income disparity, right? It keeps on growing. What about the unemployment? What about the skill range? It starts to shrink because nobody's being conscious anymore. Nobody's developing this because they constantly want to worry about that. They constantly want to worry about the money instead of the development. And that's a problem. So we don't take the time to be parents of our generation, then there won't be a generation to be a parent of. And that's your job. Thank you, and I'll see you.